Are you ready to take a tour? This is our Seaside Watercolor planner. Now, you can bind the planners any way you choose. The good news is they're printable. You can customize the planners any way you'd like. You can print the pages any size you like. You can also choose to have them bound in a spiral bind notebook that you can do at an office supply store for $3, or you can use a 3-ring binder, or this is an ARC notebook. This is the Martha Stewart collection from Staples, and you can bind them in an ARC notebook. I really like this notebook just because it folds in and out easily, and it's easy to change around the pages if you need to change the order or take things in and out. I'm going to show you how I use my planner. Again, please feel free to take the pages and use the pages any way you like, but this is how I use mine. So the first section, the first page, is the If Lost Please Contact page. I hope you never have to use that page, but it is there. Then I set mine up so that I have a monthly view first. This is where I record appointments or things that I have to remember. I usually don't record daily or recurring activities on my monthly view. Like, for instance, I don't record track practice or soccer practice. I mean, I know that happens every week on Monday at 3:30. So I usually take those things and place those on my daily list of things to do. This I reserve more for dinner parties or parties that we have scheduled, or dentist appointments, doctor appointments, that type of thing. Let's flip through. Okay, so here's an example of the daily pages, and they're divided into morning, day, and night. Generally, the things that I write in the morning squares are prior to school and work. The things that are during the day are work-related or school-related, and then nighttime, I usually write things that have to be done after school or after work. And then there's plenty of room here just to make yourself some little notes and weekly goals and notes there. So those are what the daily pages look like. Then there's a perpetual birthday calendar section. This is really nice because you can see at a glance what birthdays and anniversaries you need to remember, and you can take this from year to year because it's a perpetual calendar. So once you have these things written down, you don't have to rewrite them again. The next section is my health tracker section. So it has room for a date and for you to track the number of glasses of water that you take in during the day. Also a place to write your exercise and then your meals. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then also snacks. This is a great way if you're watching your weight or just trying to be healthy in general, to keep an eye on what your intake is and how much cardio or weight training you do. It's just a nice way to see it at a glance. Then we'll move to the next section in the planner, which is the financial planning section. This consists of several different pages. The first pages I have in my planner are the bill planners. You can use this any number of ways. The way I generally do it is I record the name of the company that I pay, so the electricity company or the gas company, and then each of these is labeled for the month. So if it's a bill that maybe varies on the due date every month, you can write the number here in the square. Or if it's something that's due on the same date every month, you can just place a check mark in each of these squares when you've paid the bill. This is another page in the financial section of the binder, and this is one I use a lot. This is my monthly worksheet. So it tells me what I have coming in, what I expect to go out. It's just a really nice worksheet to be able to use. You have your expected income, your actual income. That way you can tell at the end of the month if your month went according to plan. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Your mortgage, insurance, several categories listed here. So this is your planned expenses. And again, you can go back and see how that compares to the end of the month snapshot. This is a debt tracker. If you're familiar with Dave Ramsey, you know that he likes to well, he likes for you to keep up with what debts you owe and then watch those as they dwindle each month. And that is a really nice thing to be able to watch. So here's the company you owe, the amount, the due date, the payment, and then the balance. And so month to month, you can see this balance decrease, and it is nice. Then you've got your monthly dashboard here. You can see what total debts you owe and what your total outstanding balance is, and then you can set goals for next month after you look at this month. The next part of the planner is the menu plan, and I use this all the time. It's just a great way to know what you need at the store, and it's also nice to know that when you come home that day, you don't have to think about what you're going to eat when the kids ask, "What's for supper, Mom?" You already know, and you already have your groceries, and you can just get started. So it has room for a shopping list, and then also each day of the week. You can choose if you'd like to print more of these and use one for a lunch planner and one for a supper planner. I know I pack my kids' lunches for schools, and one of my children will eat peanut butter and jelly every day for the rest of his life, and the other one likes a little variety. So I do use one of the planners so that I can vary his meals and keep it fun for him. The next section is the blog planner. Now, if you're a blogger, you know there is so much to keep up with. I mean, you've got social media, you've got your blog content. It's a ton of stuff to keep up with. I have found that writing it down all in one place really keeps me on schedule. This is the weekly blog planner. And it has each day of the week listed, and you can write your blog content, use it as an editorial calendar of sorts. It has room for a keyword that you want to target with each blog post. Social media icons are there, whether you've scheduled those or they're already published. Any promotions, if you're running a 25% off promotion, the date that it runs, the date that it ends, along with your social media icons, and then just regular maintenance items that need to be scheduled. There's also a monthly blog planner. So the way I use this, I generally do this the same way I do my monthly calendar. I'll take the monthly blog planner and I'll jot down things that I think I might want to write about, so general topics. And then on Sundays usually is when I tackle my to-do list. I'll take the monthly planner and go back and fill in the weekly planner and make it more detailed. So I use the monthly planner as an overall view, and then I use the weekly planner to really get some more detailed ideas so that I can take that weekly planner and only work from the weekly planner each week. It just helps me focus. If I see everything that's going on, sometimes I get distracted. So the next section are your stats and analytics, and this has a block for every month of the year. So you can go ahead and just keep this updated. It's really nice when you're updating your media kit. So at the end of the month, you look at your stats and analytics, record those here, and then you can update your media kit. Also, by the end of the year, it is really fascinating to see how much your blog has grown. So you can see from January the unique page views, and then you can go to December and see the progress. And there are columns for several things like your social media, your Google page rank, your Alexa score. So all the metrics that you like to track are there. Also, a section for guest posts. If you post on other blogs or if you have guest posters to your blog, this is a great way to keep up with who's scheduled and what the topic is. Now let's move on to the direct sales portion of the calendar. This is for all of you Zija or Pampered Chef or Zapata or any of those great direct sales companies that keep us going on a social calendar basis and also provide us with lots of fun treats that we can purchase, get our little shopping fix in. But if you have a team, this is invaluable because you can keep up with weekly team calls, what your goals might be for those team calls, who the top recruiters are, how many recruits they've made this week, how many sales, what dollar amount in sales. Individual coaching calls, you can also record that, the date and time that you spoke with your recruit. You can also do your monthly team focus. So this is weekly, this is your monthly focus. You can, set goals for yourself, the number of parties to book, the number of recruits. Just keep all of this information. Here's another monthly team focus. So you can do your top sellers, your top recruiters, and record that on a month-to-month basis. And then you have an idea, just a general picture of what is working and what you should focus on more. There's also a page to capture new consultant information. It's really nice if you remember their husband's name or children's name. It goes a long way in building a relationship. Also rewards that you might want to plan ahead of time, and 90-day action goals, recording the emails that you use for training. Lots of good information there. Also, if you take your planner to an event, then you can record contacts, jot down those little details you might forget with your clients, like children's name, husband's names, or even husband, not just one. Or you can also record birthdays. That way you can remember them on their birthday. And then here's an event. So you might say, you're giving a party at a friend's house. You can record the hostess name and contact information, the guests, whether or not they were a lead. This is really helpful if you have a lot of parties going on all at one time. You can just flip to that page and remind yourself of what you might need. The notes section is the last section in my planner, and I'll tell you how I use the notes section. I like to keep about 20 printed in my planner at one time. And throughout the day, any random notes or random thoughts that I have, I like to jot those down here, or random to-dos, or just ideas that I may have. So I like to capture those here. I don't really like to put those on my monthly or weekly pages yet. What I like to do is on Sundays, I'll sit down with my calendar, and this really only takes about 15 minutes, believe it or not, but it really gives me peace of mind to know what my week looks like. So I'll set the notes calendar out, or the notes pages out, where I jotted down all my ideas. And then I'll take the items that are action items and I'll put those on the weekly pages. And that ensures that I will get those things done. Now, if I don't get to it that week, then I know that I've got it on my weekly calendar and I can just transfer it to the following week. I hope you've enjoyed the tour of the planner. I hope that I've answered your questions. If you do have more questions, please let me know. I'm always open to new ideas and always willing to answer your questions. Now, if you sign up for our email list, you will receive a monthly planner, just the monthly pages of the Chalk It Up planner version, and you can get started. And then you can also, if you're an email list subscriber, from time to time I'll send out free weeks and other free printables, lists, all kinds of goodies. So make sure you stop by and sign up for our email list. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.